Hi, this video is going to be about a form that I call pods, for lack of a better name. It's just first name that came to my head. In front of us we have a rhombic tricontahedron and a rhombic dodecahedron. That's the yellow lines are the rhombic dodecahedron, and the red lines here are the tricontahedron. So you can probably see the diamond face of a rhombic tricontahedron here, and then we also have the diamond face of a rhombic dodecahedron here. At this size, they are able to intersect in an interesting way. The volume relationship is if we used Fuller's tetraunits and we kept it to the scale where the long diagonal of the rhombic dodecahedron's rhombus was 2, the rhombic dodecahedron have a volume of 6 tetravolumes, and the tricontahedron would have a volume of 7.5. So it's a 5-to-4 ratio in volume, tricontahedron being larger. So I've I don't know what the word is exactly, but if you can tell, there's planes. There's actually 24 of these kind of irregular trapezoids. Some may recognize that trapezoid as being in other discussions with the golden spiral. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting form, how it laid out that the planes came about. Now I'm going to remove some skin here, ideally, and okay, that's what I'm going to remove first. What we have here is where the rhombic dodecahedron penetrates through the face of the it penetrates through the face of the rhombic tricontahedron. Okay, and so it kind of just shows the actual forms, and I had filled in, so to speak. I created the planes to create that trapezoid, because those planes fill into what I would call is a pod. So we're going to take some more skin off of here. I'm not sure exactly how I built this now. Okay, here's the rhombic dodecahedron inside of the rhombic tricontahedron. And now I'm going to remove the skin of the rhombic dodecahedron. Okay, as you can see, I've scooped out an amount that's equivalent to the amount that was penetrating outward. And these, I don't have to put that in there, but that is what creates a pod. There's 12 pods that create that 24 irregular trapezoided form. The pods nest into these depressions. So now let's look at the pod. This is the part that lays inside that depression. It's very symmetrical in a sense that the amount that depresses in depresses out. So one thing we can think of is that if we had a close packing of rhombic dodecahedron filling all space, there would be this interface between them where they would scoop out the volumes on the adjacent rhombus. So that's why it's the same as above and below, but it's on the opposite side. Okay, now the pod does beg for more exploration, but I'm going to keep going here. I'm going to take off some surfaces. And what I'm showing here is that, anybody can recognize, that is a U tetrahedron. And there's 4 of them. There's one there, there's 2 of them, and then there's another one there. And so there's these 4 U tetrahedra that surround what is 8 E-module forms. And I think I can take the skin off of that too. So that's the interior of a pod. I will show that the plane of the rhombic dodecahedron face, oops, so I did that wrong. It cuts through, right through the middle, as you can see. And we can also put this long diagonal, which could be the equivalent of edge 2, let's say, and if this was a volume 6 dodecahedron face. So you can see how it's knifing through there. It's kind of in an irregular way. Still accountable in E-module volumes, but nonetheless, that's a pod. Okay. Now, like I said, we had removed the pods from this form. So now we're going to remove, I believe it's the tricontahedron, yes. Okay, and now we have the rhombic dodecahedron. Let's say it's got half the pod, cut it that right in half. They would nestle into these 12 depressions. Okay, we'll remove some more. And what you'll see is, remember in the pod we had U tetrahedra. Now we have U tetrahedra here as well. Okay, those 4. So now we're going to remove those all omnisymmetrically, let's say. I don't think I got them all done yet. Okay, now we have this kind of spiky form. It's not a regular stellate. And what I'm going to show here is, here we have, I guess I did that out of sequence. Get back into this. But what we have here, sticking out here, is another one of those 8, it's a different size, one size larger, of those 8 E-modules, making that elongated octahedron. And then we have a cluster of 6, once again, U tetrahedron. I don't know why this is here. It really bugs me. Stupid Java. They mess with the V-zone, by the way. So, as you can see, maybe not, there's these penetrating stellate points that are made up of the 8 E-module units making an octahedron to the center, and then there's also clusters of 6 U tetrahedron going to the center. We will revisit that because there's a lot going on there that's very interesting, and I'm not going to get into it now. Thank you.